And welcome everybody to this RSFL matchup between Do It Live and, hold on, let me make sure I'm not messing this up, Master Andy's Shitman Pissman. Someday I will be able to say that team's name without having to look directly at it. But this is something of a grudge match. Do It Live has been on a hot streak as of late. They've won a couple straight games. Master Andy's, not so much. They have lost 2 straight games. Do It Live has beaten every team in the RSFL except one, Master Andy's. If they end up winning this game, that will put them at a huge advantage. It'll basically be the haves versus the have-nots in the RSFL. Meanwhile, if Master Andy's can somehow pull off this victory, it'll put them in prime position in the top half of the
Listen to me,
league,
you
with
pebble
Canton and
farting
Miami
snufflicker.
being below them. Just a little reminder of what happened with the first matchup between these two teams. It was one-sided. Very one-sided. So, the first half, nobody scored. The second half, Master Andy's put up 24 points and wound up winning 24 to nothing. There is a catch, though. Leafy was not there for that game. Leafy is here tonight, so we'll see how much of a difference that makes for Do It Live. We had some issues early on with teams being able to show like a full 7, but it seems like those issues have been cleared up now, and Steve Whitmer is trying to strong arm Master Andes into like deciding what to do from the coin toss. The coin toss was actually decided about 12 minutes ago, and Master Andy still has not picked. And it's pretty important that this game actually happens at some point soon, because there is a beer league game immediately after this, and I need time to get my goalie ship ready for that. Alright, Steve has taken matters into his own hands and decided that Master Andy's will kick to start the game. And Levy has chosen sides for Do It Live, and we are ready for the opening kickoff. In theory, we are ready for the opening kickoff. Okay, Master Andy's is finally getting their guys on the field. We gotta hope that this is going to be more competitive than the first matchup between these two. Do It Live has been firing on all cylinders for the last couple of games, so you certainly expect them to get more than 0 points. Do It Live is ready for the kickoff, but Master Andy's doesn't have a kicker on the field. Now they have a kicker on the field. Lucky Boy switching to ship 7. And the kick is going to go to the north end of the field, where Leafy will pick it up at around the 6-yard line, looking for a convoy of blockers. Manages to get between a bunch of his linemen, now cutting south, finds a little bit of daylight, now trying to cut it back, and he's tackled by Sick Vicious at about the 35-yard line. Solid return for Do It Live. And the starting line for the Do It Live offense, you have Lawn Dwarf and NC Vinyl, not playing quarterback to start the game, both of them in wide receivers. Leafy under center at quarterback, Abvolt at running back, and Pooter, Zanaz, and where is their extra lineman? There he is, Revolution at offensive line. Only 10 seconds left on the play clock, and they have not grabbed the ball to hike it yet. Now Revel hikes it. Leafy drops back, looking north, going to fade it to Lawndorf. Lawndorf has it. Sig Vicious misses the tackle, but Lawndorf flies out of bounds. And that is an 18-yard pickup on first down, and they are into Master Andy's territory already. Meanwhile, the defense for Master Andy's is predicated toward the pass. They have 3 defensive backs on the field, 2 defensive linemen, and 2 linebackers. Londorf motions in into almost a tight end position at the north receiver. Now moving back out. There's the snap. Leafy, looking south, fires it to Avolt, who somehow holds on to that. Bop had the tackle almost immediately, but just not fast enough to register a breakup, and that is a first down for Do It Live. Now with the clock at 9:30 and running, ball is at the 38-yard line of Master Andy's. Avolt getting set up right behind Leafy. Avolt having a very good year running the ball, has something like over 300 yards rushing so far. But NC Vinyl backs up his team 5 yards by committing a false start penalty. So that'll make it 1st and 25. Meanwhile, that Master Andy's defense has Lucky Boy and Rubber Glue at defensive line. Snap is back, and Leafy jumped immediately. Lucky Boy with the speed rush goes right between the gap between the center and the right guard and just takes Leafy down almost as soon as the play started. At linebacker, they have Violence up north and Makavi down south. And the corners are Botman and Sick Vicious with Puker playing safety. Snap is back. Leafy looking north, firing it, and that was knocked down by Sick Vicious. That really didn't have much of a chance. Because if Sick Vicious didn't knock it down, Puker was also in position. Might need to get a little more velocity on that throw. Of course, who am I to judge quarterback play? So that'll be 3rd and 28 from Master Andy's 46-yard line. Snap. Leafy, not moving at all, now looking south. And looked like he was trying to push the throw, but Rubber Glue sacks him before he can get the throw off. And that will make it 4th and 30. Lucky Boy and Rubber Glue just imposed their will with back-to-back sacks. And now the punting unit will come onto the field for Do It Live. They have 1 receiver out wide north, and Leafy is going to kick it north. And that is going all the way back. Sick Vicious takes it, but flies directly into Londorf and gets tackled at the 10-yard line. So this will give us our first look at the very pass-heavy Master Andy's offense. Fun fact, between Leafy and Violence, there are 12 total cumulative touchdown passes. Violence and Leafy also... Wait, there's a run north to Maka, and Londorf, very disciplined at linebacker, takes him down after only a 1-yard gain. As I was saying, Violence and Leafy have 12 touchdown passes between them. They are also the only quarterbacks in the league to have any touchdown passes. So now it's 2nd and 19. Master Andy's at their own 11-yard line. There is the snap. Violence looking north. Delayed run to Maka. Maka got behind one of the linebackers and was taken down by Londorf after a 4-yard gain. Big Eater caught a little unawares there as he was facing the wrong direction for the tackle. This Master Andy's offense has Sick Vicious and Bopham at wide receiver, Violence at quarterback, Makavi at running back, and Puker, Rubber Glue, and Lucky Boy as the offensive lineman. On 3rd down, Maka goes into the tight end position south. Snap is back, Violence. Rolling south a little bit. Now firing over the middle, and oh, it just phases over everybody. Sick Vicious got behind the defensive back, but the throw was just a little bit too strong and it's incomplete. And with that, this is what we all expected, right? A Violence versus Leafy punting war. Master Andy's has all their quick ships up north, and Violence going to punt it, and that is a very short punt. At the last minute, he twitched his ship north to make absolutely sure it went out of bounds, but that punt only travels about maybe 26 yards. So now all Do It Live has to do is pick up maybe 5 yards and they'll be in field goal range. 6:50 to go in the first quarter. Wide receiver motion south, run north to Avolt. Tackled in the backfield by Violence. Violence just sidestepped the offensive lineman and immediately hit sticked Avolt. So now it'll be 2nd and 21. The front line for Master Andy's making a bit of a statement on these last few plays. Sig Vicious playing way off of Lawn Dwarf, giving him a lot of cushion to the north. Snap is back. Leafy looking north. Leafy somehow avoids the tackle. Delayed run to Avolt, and Violence just T-bones Avolt's ship after a gain of about 4. That was a well-executed delayed run. Rubber Glue was actually in position for the sack, but just didn't have enough energy to fire off at him. So now it's 3rd and 17, under 6 minutes to go in the first half, still scoreless. Play clock is down to 5. Leafy dials up his play. Snap is back. Leafy looking north, firing it for Lawn Dwarf. Incomplete. Lawn Dwarf ran that route a little bit deeper, and Leafy underthrew him by about 3 yards. And now on 4th down, what do you do if you're Do It Live? They are going to attempt a field goal. The ball is currently at the 35-yard line, so this will be quite long. It's also in the middle of the field, so Avolt is going to try and kick it, and that is a delay of game on Do It Live. They didn't line up fast enough. Now they're definitely not in field goal range. But they are still going to line up for a field goal. There's the snap. Leafy. I have no idea what the fuck that was. Pardon my language. Leafy placed it, and Avolt was so slow for the kick that Violence jumped on the ball. So Master Andy's looking south. Pass is caught by Maka, who is tackled by Lawndorf, but not before he picks up about 18 yards. And Master Andy's is in Do It Live territory for the first time tonight. 2nd and 2, under 5.5 minutes to play. Ball is currently at the Do It Live 37-yard line. Snap back, Violence looks south, now gives it to the middle. Maka gets some nice blocks and gets the yardage for the first down, plus a little bit extra. Finally tackled by Leafy at the 29-yard line. So with under 5 minutes to go, first down, Master Andy's. Here's the snap. Violence looking for a slant north to Sick Vicious, but it's thrown behind him, incomplete. And now Do It Live has made a substitution. They took off Pooter and put in Zanaz as an extra linebacker. Maka lines up at tight end north. Here's the snap. Violence looking south for Bop, and it's thrown past him, but thankfully the defensive back was also not in position for it, and it falls harmlessly to the ground. I get PTSD every time I see Violence make that pass, because so many of those were knocked down or intercepted in the game against Miami. 3rd and 20 now for Master Andy's. Maka motioning north. Nope, never mind. He just spectates entirely. Master Andy's only has 6 players on the field, and a desperation throw across the field, incomplete. If Maka's having lag issues, that could present a significant problem for Master Andy's. They're looking at 4th and 20 from the 29-yard line, and they are lining up like they're going for it. They're going for it. Violence has the snap, looking south, and oh my God, what a pass! Touchdown, Master Andy's. Violence got it to unfazed perfectly on top of Bop. He was blanketed by receivers, but the throw was just that damn good. And now Master Andy's will set up for the point after. Maka holding, Violence kicking. Snaps back, Violence with the kick, and perfect. So with 4:32 left to go in the first half, Master Andy's takes a 7-0 lead. And with that, Violence now has 7 touchdown passes on the season. Do It Live is ready for the kick. Lucky Boy winds up, and he lines up for a kick to the south. Lawn Dwarf will take it at his own 3-yard line. Thinking about moving north, now cuts it south. Trying to pick up a couple blocks, and tackled by Rubber Glue. So about 20 yards on that return, Do It Live will take over at their own 22-yard line. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half, still all of their timeouts. Ball's along the south hash. Sick Vicious giving a bit of a cushion north to Lawn Dwarf. Maka lining up for press. Now he backs off. It's a delayed run to Avolt again. And Maka misses the tackle on him. Avolt sprinting south and picking up about 19 yards. Great first down gain by Avolt. Ball will remain along the south hash. Ravo grabbing the ball immediately for a snap, although Leafy is facing the wrong direction, so I don't think Master Andy's too worried about them yet. Alright, now Leafy is facing the proper direction. 3 on the play clock. There's the snap. Leafy looking north. Now firing it along the hash. Intercepted by Sick Vicious. Vicious moving to the south, trying to pick up some blocks. Manages to get past a couple of the offensive linemen. And, oh, he doesn't outrun Revolution. Revolution with a touchdown-saving tackle, but Master Andy's will take over at the 39-yard line of Do It Live. That wasn't too bad of a pass, but Sick Vicious was just in the perfect position for the module to give him the INT. So on first down, Bop fakes a motion north, now lines up south again. 3:36 left to go in the first half. Violence fakes the sweep south, now looking north. Going to fire it deep, and Bop somehow catches it again! Touchdown, Master Andy's! In double coverage, the ball unfazed right on top of Bop's ship. Also, sorry if I'm peeking the hell out of the mic. And they will line up for another point after. There's the snap. Hold is down. Violence's kick, tried and true, and it is a 14-0 ball game. This has to be such a relief for Master Andy's after how their last couple of games have gone, particularly the Miami game. Now, can they sustain that momentum for the rest of the game? We shall see. Do It Live is ready for the kickoff. Lucky Boy winds up, and he doesn't get the kickoff in time. No, wait. Puker got a little too overzealous about kick coverage and ran past the kicker, so that is offsides. Lucky Boy will kick again from the 30. And the punt, that kickoff falls at the 9. Londorf takes it. Now laterals it south to Leafy. Leafy with a little bit of momentum, and he runs into rubber glue. Not a bad idea for Do It Live to have the lateral to get Leafy some extra space along the sideline, but rubber glue was just in the right position for that tackle. So now with 3:23 to go in the first half and all their timeouts, Do It Live takes over at their own 42-yard line. Both wide receivers are north. They run it south to Abvold. Abvold slowing down to get a couple blockers, and he picks up about 14 yards. Bop finally made the tackle, and the ball is now in Master Andy's territory at their own 44-yard line. Clock is still running. We are under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Snap is back. Leafy looking north and sacked by rubber glue. Rubber glue went all the way around the edge. He took the long route for that sack, but it paid off. So that'll be a loss of a couple, bringing up 3rd and 7. NC Final motions north. They run it south. Rubber glue jumps the offensive line and takes down Abvold from behind. I realize Sick Vicious had the critical INT, but rubber glue has been an absolute monster in the trenches. 4th and 10, Do It Live will go for it. As we approach the 2-minute warning, the play clock is a second ahead, so they will have to snap it before the 2-minute mark. There's the snap. Leafy, looking north, fires to Londorf. Caught! And he's tackled by Bop at the 22-yard line. That brings up the 2-minute warning. I couldn't see the initial part of the route, but Londorf turned whatever he was doing into a post. Leafy anticipated it perfectly, and the pass was right on target. Just a reminder, if anyone's watching who's interested in playing RSFL football that hasn't signed up yet, you can get in touch with Puker or Big Eater and see about becoming a waiver wire edition. So now Do It Live in prime scoring position. Snaps back, Leafy, looking south, and there was no phase on his pass, and Maka knocked it down immediately. Now, was that supposed to be like a short crossing route or a delayed run? I'm not sure what that was. Either way, it brings up 2nd down from the 22. Play clock is down to 5. Leafy now in position for the snap. There it is. Leafy drops back, looking north, firing it to Abvold. Abvold had a DB covering him. Puker does make the tackle. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 7 with 1:40, and the clock is running. And it looks like there's a lag out for Master Andy's. Maka is no longer on the field. Now he's back on the field. And here we go, 3rd and 7. Snap is back. Leafy looking over the middle, now looking south. Oh, it goes between both of his receivers and falls incomplete. Dwarf was running across in from the north, and Vinyl was slanting in from the south, and it went between both of them in the end zone. And on 4th and 7, Do It Live is going for it. No, wait. Bop calls a timeout. That is Do It Live's first timeout of the half. What do you do if you're Do It Live? Touchdown would be nice, but do you value just having any points more? They look like they're going for it. They're on the right hash. Londorf given a bit of a cushion to the north. There's the snap. Leafy looking over the middle, now turns south. Firing it into triple coverage, knocked down by Violence, incomplete. Master Andes takes over on downs. 2 DBs and a linebacker were both blanketing Londorf. Oh, and things are getting chippy in the blue chat. Maka lines up in the tight end position. Violence drops back, looking north, now fires it south, looking for Maka, and it falls incomplete. Now, I know Master Andes is kind of a pass-first offense, but when you're backed up this far, you have a chance to either run down the clock or force Do It Live to use all their timeouts. Maybe run once or twice? There's the snap. Violence looking north, fires it to Sick Vicious, who does have a catch shortly after Leafy was talking about how Sick Vicious doesn't have a catch. He gets a catch and is tackled by Leafy. So the clock is still running. Do It Live does finally call a timeout. So that'll be 3rd and 6 for Master Andes. Maka is lined up in the tight end position to the north, with Big Eater directly across from him. There's the snap. Violence looking south, now looking north, and he's going to sneak it, and he gets the first down. Londorf rushes in to spear him for the tackle, but Violence just crossed over that gold line. And with that, it seems like Do It Live is now content to just let the clock run. As Master Andy sends Bop to the north, Violence now looking for that sideline route, and it falls incomplete. Overthrown, Sick Vicious, the intended receiver. And so with 25 seconds left to go in the half, Master Andy's showing no signs of running the clock down. They're sending everybody in motion. Maka goes to the tight end position north. Play clock down to 4. There's the snap. Violence avoiding a blitz. Throws it short to Maka, who jukes Londorf. Gets the first down. Tries to get out of bounds, but can't. And Violence will call another timeout for Master Andes. That is a first down for Master Andes as the ball is spotted at the 48-yard line of Do It Live. Do It Live is having 2 cornerbacks blanketing Bop, and Londorf playing sort of a strong safety position. Here's the snap. Violence looking north, and Abvolt takes him down in the backfield. Violence calls another timeout. There are 13 seconds left. It's difficult to imagine a scenario where Master Andes would have A, a decent shot at the end zone, or B, a decent shot at a field goal if Do It Live plays their cards right. Here's the snap. They send a corner on a blitz, doesn't get home. Violence looking north, firing, and caught by Sick Vicious. Sick Vicious just stands still. Your team has no timeouts. Oh my god, and the clock runs out. Sick Vicious caught it and got it to the 22-yard line, but then he just sat down in the middle of the... Oh, we have an injured player. Sick Vicious is questionable with a jammed arrow key. And as Sick Vicious heads into the blue tent for an examination, let's try looking ahead a little bit on the RSFL schedule. Puker actually posted an update on the games that were coming up. Oh, that's just the rescheduled games. Never mind. All right, there's the actual schedule. So after this game, this Wednesday, we'll have Canton versus Miami Sharks. And then Monday, November 20th, will be Canton versus Do It Live. And then, fucking hell, Tuesday, November 28th, Miami Sharks versus Canton. The next 4 games in a row are all Canton games. Okay, the next game that doesn't have Canton in it is Sunday, December 3rd between Miami Sharks and Master Randy Shitman Pissman. We have some people calling for a canceled break. We have Leafy saying captain shouldn't delay the game every 15 minutes. This is what happens when your captain has a life. And now with 1 minute left in the period break, you gotta wonder, is Leafy going to swap places with NC Vinyl? They have done that multiple times before, where one person will play quarterback one half, and the other person will play quarterback in the other. But Leafy hasn't looked too bad. I mean, there was the one interception, but other than that, you gotta wonder if they're just going to stick with him for the second half. And the period break has run out. Do It Live will kick off to start the second half. After a brief spec all to make sure that everybody ends up on the right frequency. Sick Vicious has been taken back to the locker room for examination. Oh, now Sick Vicious is out of the locker room and back onto the field with a heavily taped arrow key. It looks like he will play on. And we are ready for the kickoff, but there is no kicker on the field for Do It Live. Right, NC Vinyl changes to the kicker ship with 10 seconds on the play clock, and now hurries to kick it to the north, where it'll be taken by Sick Vicious at about the 5. Moving south toward the sideline, laterals it to... Wait. Oh, he lateraled it to Bop. I couldn't see the name at first. But he was tackled in short order by Leafy at the 20-yard line, where Master Andy's will set up shop. And on first down, Sick Vicious and Bop both lining up like this is an arena football game, trying to get a running start. Now drifting back toward the line of scrimmage. And there's the snap. They look south, and they fade it north to Maka on a screen pass of sorts, and he picks up about 7 yards. 2 of the linemen faked south, and Lucky Boy went north with Maka to try and give him a little extra daylight. And the result is a solid gain for first down. Second down, Sick Vicious is way behind the line of scrimmage. Maka motions south into the tight end position. Do It Live still has 2 cornerbacks south. And there is the snap. Violence. Looking north. Thinks about fading it. Thinks better of it. Fires it over the middle to Bop. Caught. First down. And tackled by Leafy at the 42-yard line. Violence had all day and then some to make that throw. And finally just found Bop on a crossing route over the middle. And on first down, they looked south, faked the handoff to Maka, and looked like it was intended for Sick Vicious, but Big Eater was there to pressure him off the line. And that threw off the timing of the pass, and it falls incomplete. That will stop the clock with 8:50 left to play. Master Andy still with a 2-touchdown advantage as Maka goes into the south tight end position. There's the snap. Violence looking north, now rolling south. Fires it, and how in the hell did Maka catch that? Eventually tackled by Lawndorf, Maka was blanketed by 2 linebackers, but the pass phased past both of them. Violence has made some impressive throws so far this game, as now the ball is at the 27-yard line of Do It Live. Maka to the south tight end position again. There's the snap. Violence looking south, rolling, and fires it, and into triple coverage, knocked down by Leafy, incomplete. And so with second down looming, Maka is back into the normal running back position. Do It Live with one quarterback basically playing way south. Nope, the Vinyl moves north. They fake it, and what in the hell was that? I think that was supposed to be a run, but it looks like Violence accidentally had phase on. I will say one thing I appreciate about RSFL this year is you can clearly see distinct play styles between each of the 4 teams. You have Canton, which is very run heavy. Master Andy's very pass heavy. There's a snap. Violence looking north. And it's intercepted by Leafy. Leafy at his own 3-yard line, looking to gather his teammates and pick up a bunch of blocks. Leafy, now surrounded by his teammates, being chased by offensive linemen, avoids them and cuts south. He's at his own 8-yard line. He has progressed maybe 10 yards in the past 30 seconds. Now he's taking off to the 30, to the 40, picking up more blocks, to the 50. They're trying to chase him down from behind, but nobody is getting within 3 yards of him before being blocked by a teammate, to the 10, to the 5, and touchdown, Do It Live. That seemed like a miscommunication between Violence and Sick Vicious. Sick Vicious was cutting back to try and catch the pass, but Leafy stayed deep, and it phased past Sick Vicious to Leafy. So now an important extra point coming up for Do It Live. NC Vinyl will kick, Leafy will place it. And the snap, NC Vinyl took off too early, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty. And the kick will now happen from the 15-yard line. Snap is back. Vinyl with the kick, and it is still good. So the advantage has been cut in half as Violence, I don't know how many INTs he's thrown so far this season, but it's definitely the most in the league. I'm actually going to look that up. Hold on. And that is his 11th interception so far this season. Meanwhile, Violence on the return was tackled by NC Vinyl, and that'll come out to the 20-yard line. Master Andy's has not shied away from passing the ball, but it did just bite them in the ass and become 7 points for their opposition. Sick Vicious will motion south, and they try to run it north, and it lags through Maka and becomes an incomplete pass. So they actually tried to do a relatively safe play and run the ball, and it still ended up being an incomplete pass. There's the snap. They do the run to... Oh, they do an out route to Maka, who catches it and goes out of bounds. That'll be an 11-yard pickup, setting up 3rd and 9 with 7:22 left to play. Now Maka will go from the running back spot to the tight end spot south. There's the snap. Violence rolling north. Fires it to Maka. Caught. Londorf does make the tackle, but not before Maka picks up a first down. And that will set the ball at the 41-yard line. As we approach 7 minutes left to play, clock is running. It looks like NC Final's going to match up with Maka. Fire over the middle, slant sick vicious, caught and tackled at the 49-yard line by Leafy. As Master Andy is back in Do It Live territory, albeit barely. Now on 2nd and 10, Bop motions north. And they look like they're going to run north, then run a counter south to Maka. Maka picks up about 6 yards before being tackled by Leafy. That'll bring up 3rd and 4 from the Do It Live 43-yard line. I will say, this is a far more interesting game than the NFL game that is happening right now. Sick Vicious going wide to the north on the hash. Violence fakes the run north, fades it out to Bob, caught, and he goes out of bounds. It looked like Do It Live was going to have Violence on the blitzer off the corner, but the linebacker just couldn't hit Violence, and that is another first down for Master Andy's. Violence kind of known for throwing deeper passes, but he's hit some short and intermediate routes that have worked pretty well. They run the counter to Maka again, gets a bunch of blocks, gets loose, finally taken down by NC Vinyl after a 10-yard gain. Master Andy's now well into field goal range. Although, how often do they ever kick field goals? Some people on Do It Live calling it for a tank, but they are not going to get it. Play clock is down to 10. As now on 2nd and 10, there's the snap. Violence fakes the sweep north. Now looking south again. Fires. Oh, that was almost a really nice pass. But it phases over everyone. He had Sick Vicious in the middle of a triangle of coverage. And he almost hit him, but not quite. That will stop the clock with 5:14 left to play. Master Andy's facing 3rd and 10 at the Do It Live 29-yard line. NC Vinyl backing off and playing more of a safety position, although he is favoring the south end of the field. Maka goes to the tight end position north, now goes wide of Sick Vicious. Violence looking over the middle. Caught by Maka! And he's tackled by Londorf, but that is another first down. That was a fantastic adjustment by Maka. Violence threw it a little behind him, and Maka slammed on the brakes to make that catch. So now 1st and goal for Master Andy's. Maka back to the normal running back position. As the play clock runs down, Bop motions north. And now they run it south to Maka. Maka getting some blocks. Maka, oh, he just had Leafy between him and the end zone, and Leafy makes the touchdown-saving tackle. That is still a gain of about 10, 11 yards. As the ball is spotted at the 2, 2nd and goal with 4:20 left to go. And the clock is running. Both wide receivers line up south. Maka fakes like he's going to go to the tight end position and then stays under center. There's the snap. Maka right up the middle. Touchdown, Master Andy's. That's the one issue with only having the one defensive lineman in, is sometimes you become susceptible to plays up the middle unless you have like a really wiry defensive lineman who's good at avoiding blocks. So I did not go into this game expecting to see a rushing touchdown for Master Andy's, but here we are, as Violence absolutely nails the extra point, and that'll make it 21-7 for Master Andy's. And if you're Do It Live, what can you pull out with 4 minutes left on the clock, needing 2 touchdowns? I mean, at minimum, you need a decent return from this kickoff. And the shit talk continues in blue chat, but there is no unsportsmanlike conduct here. And the kick goes out of bounds. Oh, that's a bad mistake for Master Andy's. Lucky Boy's kick was 3 yards short of hitting the pylon, and that'll bring the ball out to the 45-yard line for Do It Live. And as they line up, Do It Live only has 6 players on the field. They are missing a wide receiver. NC Vinyl is lined up south, and Advolt is in the backfield, but they have nobody up north. There's the run to Advolt, who is tackled after a short gain by Violence. Lawn Dwarf is no longer in the game. He is in spec. You have to wonder if this is a lag issue or what. Because we did see that with Maka earlier in the game. There's the snap. Leafy, not moving at all, now looking south, fires it to Advolt, caught, and gang tackled by Puker and Bop, but not before he picks up 17 yards. Do It Live simply trying to make the best with only 2 receiving options on the field, one of which is a running back. So now with 3rd and 3, we are under 3 minutes to go. Ball at the Master Andy's 38-yard line. Leafy looking south. Now looking over the middle, and he's sacked by Rubber Glue. A loss of 3, and that brings up a pivotal 4th and 6 to help keep Do It Live's chances, well, alive. NC Vinyl will move to the north as the ball is on the south hash. Londorf still sitting in spectator mode. Vinyl motion south. And Leafy is looking north for Advolt, and it's intercepted by Violence. Violence looking for somebody to lateral it back to, and he's tackled by Leafy. Oh, what a disaster for Do It Live. You have to imagine that, like, if they had 7 people on the field, they probably would have gotten that. Meanwhile, Master Andy's will take over with 2:14 left in the game and a 2-touchdown advantage. Violence looking south will sweep it to Sick Vicious, who dodges a couple of tackles, gets into the open field, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. Maka out in front trying to throw some blocks, but Leafy gets past him, and Sick Vicious is tackled at the 7-yard line. And that will bring up the 2-minute warning, with Master Andy's looking to put the dagger in this game. And both teams call time in. Bop looking a little bit antsy as he jumps over the line. Maka goes south. Violence looking over the middle. Oh, it was intended for Sick Vicious, but Big Eater bumped him off the line and it falls incomplete. That will stop the clock with 1:58 left to play, as it is 2nd and goal for Master Andy's. Maka goes to the south tight end position. There's a snap. Violence looking south, now fires over the middle, and it's incomplete, out of the range of both of his wide receivers, who were both converging toward the middle of the end zone. So now third and goal with 1:56 left to play. Vinyl playing a more traditional safety position. Maka goes to the north tight end position. There's a snap. Violence looking to the north. Tries to get a cutback to Sick Vicious, but Leafy tackles him immediately for the breakup. And Do It Live is going to change quarterbacks. Leafy switches to wide receiver, and NC Vinyl will go under center for the next drive. As fourth and goal looms, Violence looking south, now looking for the slant to Vicious, and it falls incomplete. And so NC Vinyl will come in at quarterback with 1:50 left to play, his team down by 2 scores, and backed up very close to his own end zone. And so here comes Do It Live. Abvolt will move to the south tight end position. Snap is back. Vinyl dropping, now looking south. And holding onto the ball, now drifts past the line of scrimmage. He's got to run. Picks up some blocks and finally tackled by Rubber Glue after about an 11-yard gain. Clock will run, and we are under 1.5 minutes left to play. Do It Live not using any of their timeouts. And Vinyl is no longer in the game. He got tackled so hard, he went to a different arena. There's NC Vinyl. And finally, Do It Live calls a timeout after several seconds run off the clock. So with 1:12 left to play, NC Vinyl takes the field once again. People will be lined up north. Abvolt is in the south tight end position again. There's the snap. Vinyl looking north, backpedaling, and tackled by Rubber Glue. I've lost count of how many sacks Rubber Glue has in this game. So there is less than a minute to play. Sick Vicious playing a bit of a north zone of sorts. Bop is matched up on Leafy. And Puker is more or less playing the free safety position. Violence is playing way off the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. Vinyl looking north. Sacked again by Rubber Glue. Under 30 seconds left. Oh, and Violence calls a timeout. I would say that's salt in the wound, but there's so much salt that I can't tell where the wound is. And so, 4th and 17, Do It Live is not punting. They are backed up to their own 9-yard line. And Leafy commits a false start penalty. So now they're backed up to their own 5-yard line. Now 4th and 22. Advolt tight end south, Leafy at the wide receiver position north. Play clock down to 0, and it's a delay of game penalty. Oh my god. So, 4th and 24. Do It Live from their own 2-yard line. There's the snap. Vinyl in his own end zone looking north. Fires it, and it's knocked to the ground by Puker. And Master Andes will take over on downs at the 2-yard line, 1st and goal. So it appears that Master Andy's is the orange and black kryptonite for Do It Live. They just have not been able to beat them this season. As they run it to Maka, who is tackled by Avolt, and Bop calls another timeout. Oh, just let this end. All right, so second and goal. They lost a yard on that play, so the ball is at the 3-yard line. Nobody covering south for a pass, but they run it north to Maka wide, and he barrels into the end zone for a touchdown. Got a couple of shields from Sick Vicious on the corner, and they are canceling the extra point. They're going for 2. Oh, good God. So Maka goes to the tight end position north. Sick Vicious north, Bop south. Bop being double covered by Revo and Vinyl. And they do not get the playoff in time. It is a delay of game. Come on, I got Beer League after this. There is the snap. Violence running backward, looking north, firing, and it's not even close. Knocked to the ground by Big Eater, intended for Maka V. And we will have a kickoff with 17 seconds left. And so Do It Live is ready for the kickoff, but Lucky Boy is not making any motion toward the ball. Looks like they are setting up for a kickoff north. Oh, you bastards, don't do it. Don't do it. They're kicking onside. And it's recovered by Avolt, who has a bit of daylight to the 40, to the 30. Tackled at the 29 by Violence. I call it as I see it, damn it. So Do It Live with a chance to make this slightly closer. Vinyl under center, Avolt south, Leafy lined up at wide receiver north. Snap is back. Vinyl looking over the middle and sacked by Lucky Boy. And are they going to let the... God damn it, they used their last timeout. Master Andy's determined to shitman and pissman all over this game. All right, this should be the final play of the game. There's the snap. Vinyl looking north, avoids a sack, and he's going to fire it deep, and it's knocked to the ground by Puker, incomplete. And so, Master Andy's continues to have Do It Live's number. That is the second time they have beaten them this season, and neither of the matches have been close. As far as stars go, I mean, I got to give props to Rubber Glue for all the work that he was doing in the trenches. 5 sacks, plus a stop and a bunch of tackles. Offensive star, I mean, I got to go to Violence. He's made some incredible throws in that game. I don't even know if my input matters for offensive and defensive stars. I'm just listing things. And unless anyone has something quick to say in the voice channel, then I think I am done here. What did I say for defense? Rubber glue. Alright, well, I am going to go see if I can remember how to play goalie ship and prep for the beer league game. So, thanks for listening, and hopefully I will commentate another game at some point.